Hello, I am Dr. Tremaine Jones-Afetibor, well known to many as Dr. Flava. I am a wellness advocate and foodie enthusiast. I help you to learn practical principles to achieve a healthier life in areas of eating, mindset, and advocating for your well-being. As a licensed pharmacist of over 15 years, I saw the health decline in so many people, so I created a healthy seasoning line called Dr. FlavaSpices. So today I'm so excited. We are going to cook an amazing dish, great for the spring and the summer or all year round. We're gonna make a Kale Krunch Salad. It is so delicious, it's quick to make, as well as a nice grilled or pan-seared chicken breast. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna talk first about the ingredients that we're gonna need. And we're gonna do this in two parts, okay? So we're gonna start with the kale. So you're gonna need some kale. I love to buy mine in a big bag because I use kale not only just in my salads, but I also eat it in my smoothies. And why are we using kale? Kale is a superfood. It's packed with fiber, which is good for your gut. It has lots of vitamins. It actually has calcium. So if you're not a milk drinker, kale is something you want to add to your regimen, okay? So let's show you the kale. We have our kale. This bag was full, guys, but I've been using it. And that's the beauty of this. So I get this at my local store. We're gonna also use almonds. I've already blended them up and made them a little bit smaller. So almonds are a great source of protein. They also have magnesium. Magnesium is good for the heart, it's good for joints. So I love almonds. You don't want to eat too much because almonds or any nuts have a lot of fat, but this is great to add to our salad. We're also going to add some Dijon mustard. We're going to also have a little bit of agave nectar, and I like agave nectar. Sugar is sugar, but it is a natural form of sugar or a plant-based sugar, so it has a lower glycemic index, meaning that it's not going to spike your blood sugar the way regular sugar does, okay? We're going to also use shredded carrots, and of course, Dr. FlavaSpices. I have my original, I have my Nola twist, and I have my no salt garlic herb, okay? And then we're gonna also use some bottled water. This is gonna make our dressing, and I'm gonna use, I've already cut this off, just a small piece of onion and a small piece of bell pepper. So I'm gonna bring you over to me right now, okay? All right, guys, so we're going to actually season the chicken up, and then we're going to make our dressing. So I'm going to use my original everything. This has 90 milligrams of sodium per serving, and we're just going to shake some liberally on the chicken breast here. And I'm going to go ahead, we're going to marinate this for the time being while we are preparing our kale salad. And I'm using my onion pepper, which is salt-free, and this is really good as a flavor layering method. If you guys have been watching me, I always talk about my flavor layering method. I'm gonna put on my glove here because I really want to get all of the flavor all throughout the chicken. So I'm just gonna wipe it like that, and I'm gonna place this other chicken on top and just transfer some of the seasoning, okay? And then we want to make sure that we get enough seasoning all over the chicken so that way it will taste really, really yummy for our kale salad. So what I like to do is I like to add a little bit of grapeseed oil, which we're going to also use in our kale salad. So I'm just going to use about a teaspoon just to help to rub in all of the seasoning like so. And that's it. So that's our chicken. We're going to set that to the side, and now we're going to move back to our actual dressing. So your chicken should be nicely seasoned with Dr. FlavaSpices. I use original, which is like a smoky flair, and the garlic herb. Now let's make our yummy dressing. So some of the ingredients I forgot to tell you guys earlier. You need lime, right? And you're going to also need your grapeseed oil. So I like to use bottled water. So I'm going to use, and I'm using my Vitamix. It only just makes it a little bit easier. You can whisk it if you like. So this is 8 ounces of water, and I'm making more dressing than what we're going to actually use today because this is the amount of salad or kale that I have here. And the beauty of this is once you make this dressing, it's going to be good at least for, I would use it for about 3 days or so, okay? But we're going to use the juice of a lime. So I have 2 here, but we'll just use the juice of 1 lime, okay? So I'm gonna cut it in half like so. And I'm gonna use, I love this little juicer here. It keeps all the seeds out. So we're gonna just use the juice of the lime, squeezing the juice inside like so. Very, very easy to do. Stick this one inside, the other half, and squeeze the juice inside. So we have our 8 ounces of water, the juice of 1 lime. I'll place that to the side. So now I'm gonna use 3 tablespoons of grapeseed oil. You can measure it out, but I'm a real cook, guys. You know, I eyeball it. So 3 tablespoons of oil. So we used our oil. Now we're gonna also use our garlic herb, which is the no salt seasoning. I'm gonna use 2 teaspoons of that. And then I'm gonna use the Nola Twist, which has salt. This one has 90 milligrams. I'm gonna use a teaspoon, okay? I'm gonna also use the agave nectar. So agave nectar, let's see, 1 tablespoon is a serving. So we're gonna use 2 tablespoons of agave nectar. And we're gonna use the Dijon mustard here. I'm gonna use a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, okay? And there's the mixture there. I'm gonna blend it up. And it's more water than oil. You don't have to put as much oil, and we'll just go ahead and blend this up, okay? So we're gonna blend this up. We're gonna also add, I almost forgot, our onion, and this is gonna give it a nice fresh flavor. That's why I said we're only gonna eat this probably for about 3 days, because we are putting raw vegetables inside. This is gonna give it a little bit extra flavor. I'm gonna turn this on. I'm gonna turn it on low, and then I'm gonna turn it up high, just to let it blend. And then I'm gonna turn it on very low. So I turned it on high to get those vegetables to go ahead and blend, and I'm gonna turn it really, really, really low. So while it's doing that, we're gonna get our cooking shears. You gotta have some cooking shears in the kitchen. So this is all good. The dressing tastes amazing. You can go ahead and just do a little test run to make sure it tastes really, really good. We'll do that later, because I'm gonna show you, I stick a little bit of the kale inside, okay? So now we have our kale. We have our kale here. And let me bring you a little closer. We have our kale, right? And we're gonna cut the kale. Just gonna cut it like this with our scissors, okay? And I like to do this, I want you guys to see what I'm doing. I'm just cutting it because sometimes when you're trying to eat the kale, it's too big. So this helps, and you wanna remove some of the larger stems. When you remove some of the larger stems, that's gonna help with the bitterness. So a lot of people don't like kale because they find that it's a little bit bitter, but this is going to help by chopping it up and then removing some of the larger stems, okay? So now these pieces are a lot smaller, and I like that. So we're gonna sit that there, okay? So I'm gonna sit that there. So we have our kale nicely chopped, and I have my gloves, guys, because we're gonna use this to actually massage the kale. So that is all done. Now we're gonna add in our carrots. You add as much as you like. I'm just gonna add a handful in like so, 2 handfuls. And this gives it another extra layer of crunch. Carrots are a more starchy vegetable, but I like it for this salad. It gives it the color, you're getting your beta carotene, and it's gonna give it a little bit more of a crunchy flair. Now we're gonna actually season our vegetables here. So I'm using the garlic herb. This is the no salt seasoning, and I love this seasoning because it is no salt. And when you're eating salads, you can season them, and that's gonna help you to enjoy it even more. So I'm just putting on my glove here, and I'm just gonna toss this around like this, okay? And this bowl is a little bit smaller than I would like it to be, but it's okay. I'm gonna do the best that I can, with my glove. But when I put the actual dressing, it's gonna help. So now we're gonna use some of the dressing. Like I said, you're not gonna use all of this dressing. You're gonna reserve some of this. And remember, we seasoned this up. So now I'm gonna just massage it in my hand like so. And this is gonna taste so amazing. And I'm just using the gloves. This is why I like to wear the gloves. And if you have some that falls, it's okay. So There you go. It's nicely mixed and massaged, and I'm actually massaging it with the gloves on because it just helps it to have its flavor. So there's your salad. So we're gonna plate that, okay? So we're just gonna plate it inside of this bowl like this. Just plate it inside of here. And this is a great way to get in your 5 servings of fruit and veggies. So a cup is a serving. So this is 3 servings. 3 servings of vegetables for the day. If you go ahead and eat this as one meal, you're good, and that's great. I love adding salads because of that reason, because sometimes we don't get in our fruit and vegetables for the day, and I think it's so important that we do that. It's a good source of vitamins, fiber, and we need them for heart health, okay? So there's our salad there. Now we're gonna garnish it with our almonds, and you just sprinkle it on top like so. And now we're gonna move on to our chicken. I think this salad is perfect for the summer. I love it. Like I said, it's packed with a lot of vitamins, and it's a good source of fiber, and you're getting like 3 to 4 servings of vegetables. All right, so now we're gonna move on to our chicken breast that we have let marinate with our Dr. FlavaSpices, original everything, which is our all-purpose seasoning, and the garlic herb. Now, I have 13 amazing flavors, and today we use 3 of them, but you have so many options with my yummy spices, which are lower sodium, no MSG, and sugar-free. And then, of course, we have our salt-free line. So here's our chicken breast. So I'm over here at the stove. I'm gonna add another teaspoon of grapeseed oil, and I like to use grapeseed oil over like butter, only because a lot of times we are eating certain foods that upset our stomach. Butter has dairy, it has lactose, and that can cause some upsetting of the stomach and also cause inflammation. So grapeseed oil is also a heart healthy oil, and I like this option. You can use olive oil, you can use avocado oil. Those are all great healthy fat substitutes, okay? So we have our chicken breast. The pan is very, very hot, and I always like to do that so that we can sear our protein. And one of the keys is when you put your protein inside of the pan, you want to make sure there's some room. There needs to be some oxygen flowing so that you can get that brown color. When it looks a little bit more or less like a white color versus brown, that means either you didn't have the pan up initially high enough or you didn't let enough air go through. So typically with chicken breast, I like to cook 6 minutes on each side. So I'm gonna let that cook. And while that's cooking, I am gonna put our timer on and we'll recap all of the wonderful things that we have done so far. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. So as you can see, the chicken is nicely cooking. That is why we have the temperature up higher so it can sear. And then we turn the temperature down. I'm gonna cover it and let it have all of that yumminess cooking inside and let the heat flow all the way through. Chicken, now I'm gonna turn the heat up. I've removed the top and I'm just gonna slice into the chicken just to verify that it is cooked all the way through. Now this piece here, which was a smaller piece, is definitely done. So we're just gonna go ahead and put that on our plate. And this piece as well, but I'm just slicing into it just to see, yes, our chicken is cooked all the way through. So I'm gonna place this piece here and take this piece out as well, which is also cooked. I'm gonna let this piece, which is a little bit thicker, cook some more. We have it, our chicken breast. You can use this not only just for the salad, you can also make you kale that's sauteed with the same seasonings that I just used. And if you want to add a healthy starch to it, maybe like a sweet potato, that will also be a great option. But this is a great heart healthy dish. You have your kale salad. You can place the chicken on top if you like, but I just wanted you guys to see how beautiful the chicken turned out. Cooks in about 12 minutes or so, and you have your dish done in 25 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoy cooking with Dr. Flava. I enjoy being here with you. This is a delicious, yummy alternative for you to cook in the summertime. I love it. You're saving money and you're saving calories because when we cook at home, we know how much sugar, fat, and salt we place in our food versus when we go out and eat takeout. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I am Dr. Tremaine Jones of Fettabor, and I am Dr. Flava. Yummers! All right, so while the chicken is cooking, I want to go over my yummy spices. So I have 13 amazing flavors. I have my little sheet, my little cheat sheet here. So I have the original everything, which we use today. That has 90 milligrams of sodium. That is going to go on your chicken, your seafood, your beef, everything. Then I have the Nola Twist. We also use that today as well. This is a garlic herb flavor. I love it for seafood, chicken, beef. It pretty much goes on everything as well. Then we have our Creole Delight. I love Creole Delight. We didn't use it today, but it's not too spicy. Really, it's not spicy at all. But it also has 90 milligrams of sodium. I love it on chicken, seafood, veggies and potatoes, soups and sauces. Great for also in salad, to make salad dressings. The garlic ginger lime, that has 90 milligrams of sodium as well. And our seasonings range from 90 to 100 milligrams of sodium. And then we have the salt free. That's also good. I love that more for like my Asian flair foods that I'm cooking. And chicken, seafood, pork, vegetables, sauces. We have our lime herb and our island twist, which is our alkaline base herbs and spices. That is great for your vegetables. I love it. Chicken, seafood. It goes on pretty much everything. It's based on the flavor profile that you want to create. But lime herb is also great in the summertime on your corn. I love it. Spicy Cajun twist, that has 100 milligrams of sodium. That is great on chicken, seafood, beef, veggies, soups and sauces. We have the Creole lemon pepper, which is made with turmeric versus yellow dye. I love it. That goes on your chicken, your seafood, your salmon. It's great on veggies. I even love it on my kale, so we'll have to visit that. It is great on kale. The adobo, which is more of like a Spanish flair with the Southwest I have. Those both have 85 milligrams of sodium versus some of those ones that you get in the store that usually ranges from 300 to 500 milligrams of sodium. We have the onion pepper, the garlic herb, and the sweet potato pie, which is our no salt line. So definitely want to grab the spices to help you with your cooking. But even if you don't have the spices, you still can create this dish. I can't really assist you as far as all of the ingredients that you would need. However, this is a great heart healthy dish to create for the summertime. I love it. Kale is multi-purpose. Like I said, I use it in my smoothies. If you're going to use it in a smoothie, you want to maybe mix it with like a pineapple or orange just to cut the bitterness. And I like to add protein, and I use unsweet coconut milk. That's great as well. And this dish is just going to taste amazing. So let's just go ahead and check on our chicken, okay?